Angelina Jolie's vintage Ferrari 250 GT is up for sale. With a car like this, you would not be a self-indulgent wiener. You'd be a connoisseur. It's not just any Ferrari, it's an absolute classic. Actress Angelina Jolie's Ferrari 250 GT is going up for grabs at auction, adding impressive celebrity ownership to what is already an ultra-special car. This is arguably one of the prettiest machines ever made, thanks to its Pininfarina design, and its Colombo engine is just as iconic. With Jolie adding additional provenance to the vehicle, this is sure to be snapped up quickly. Ferrari is an Italian manufacturer of sports cars, supercars, and luxury grand tourers founded by and named after Enzo Ferrari in 1939, originally as Auto Avio Costruzioni due to legal complications with Alfa Romeo. Ferrari famously only produced road-going sports cars as a means of funding its racing exploits, which include multiple F1 World Championships and wins at Le Mans and various other prestigious races. Today, Ferrari is one of the most valuable brand names in the world, limiting production of its highly sought-after models to maintain desirability, which is in no short supply when they're powered by some of the world's most advanced V6, V8, and V12 engines. 250 GT Coupé was the first series-produced Ferrari. When you think Ferrari and 250, the car that comes to mind is probably the GTO, the most expensive Ferrari in the world. These later models with their triple hood vents and sleek calm back tails were designed and built for FIA racing. But there is a whole world of other 250 models, and this is one of the greatest. The car's full name is the Ferrari 250 GT CoupÄ Pinin Farina. It used most of the tubular steel chassis of the 250 Europa GT that was launched in 1954, but with an all-new body. It wasn't just penned by Pininfarina, it was built by the coach builder. Pininfarina built a new factory to produce panels for the 250 GT CoupÄ copyright, making it the first Ferrari to be built as a mass production car, not individually assembled by hand. Moving to semi-series production meant Ferrari could produce more of these cars per year, but that didn't mean big numbers. Ferrari built and sold just 353 of these cars over the 3-year run. Like every other 250, this car has the 3.0-liter Colombo V12 engine, named after its designer. The 250 name comes from the displacement of each of the 12 cylinders, rounded up from the actual volume of 246 cubic centimeters. The cars made 240 horsepower at an astonishing for the time 7,000 RPM. The top speed was more than 140 miles per hour, so this was a serious performance car. As the 11th car in the series, it was built before Ferrari switched over to disc brakes, which means there are finned aluminum drums hiding behind those wire wheels. Angelina Jolie may be one of the most photographed people in the world, but her car isn't. Christie has published just 3 images, 2 of which are of the inside of the car. But look closely, and that odometer reads just over 64,000 miles. This is a low-mileage car by most standards, but maybe not by Ferrari standards. On the other hand, it has clearly been used over the years, which adds a bit of charm of its own to the car. Exquisite Ferrari 250 GT declared finest classic on earth. Just 9 examples of the Berlinetta Competizione were ever produced. Dark black paint over a deep red leather cabin is a very good look for this car's long lines. The wood steering wheel and long gear lever for the 4-speed manual practically scream 1950s Grand Tourer. We had no idea that Angelina Jolie was into cars, but with this one in her garage, it looks like she must be. The Christie's estimate expects the vehicle to bring between $660,000 and $880,000. Those are both on the high end for a car like this, reflecting that celebrity ownership can add big bucks to the value of a car. On the other hand, we're not sure that many 1950s Ferraris weren't owned by a celeb at one point or another in their lives.